Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles involuntarily flex. Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles involuntarily flex. Two pickup trucks making love, American made.
Listen up, Autothoughts and Decepticlowns. You are listening to Prime Cuts, a non-linear history of the Transformers franchise on television. I'm one of your hosts, Nero.
I'm your other host, Audrey. And tonight, we have a special guest with us.
Hello! Oh.
Go.
I'm lighting up. Hello! I'm Argyle. What's up?
Argyle, let's do the same thing that we do on our other podcast, which is, first off, what is your history with the Transformers franchise?
So, pretty easy. When I was a kid, I remember seeing some episodes of Armada on Cartoon Network. Not that many. I saw I think the first one where Jetfire shows up. That was cool as hell. I love to see him combine with Optimus. Like that was
You like to see him become pants?
Yes, I love to see him become pants. That was the coolest shit to me as a child, was to see a robot become another robot's pants. Or to see, a smaller robot attached to a bigger one, and then he gets a big laser cannon, shit like that.
I would say that's still up there in terms of coolest shit. It's maybe not the coolest shit, but it's definitely, top 15.
Mm-hmm. I'm still way into that.
There is a reason that the Combiner teams are as popular to this day as they have been in the past. There's a very good reason that there's entire arcs and miniseries just about Gestalts.
God, I guess that is kind of I guess you could probably draw a straight line from me liking to see Armada and then going to watching Gurren Lagann in middle school.
Yeah. Oh god, you were in middle school. I was in college.
The ravages of time.
Okay.
Are you feeling old yet? So yeah, I watched some Armada. I didn't watch it to the end, just because I don't even know when it came on TV. I was very bad at keeping a schedule then, as I am now. I think I probably watched a little bit of Energon and Cybertron as well, just a couple episodes of each whenever they came on. And I had a bunch of the toys as well. And then years and years later, when I was in high school, Prime came out, and I did actually keep up with that one. I'm fairly sure I watched it all the way through, because at that point we had DVR, so I was able to just record it and watch it later. That's about it. I haven't read any of the comics. I haven't played the games. I was always interested in those the War for Cybertron games, but didn't do them. I think I saw a couple of the Bay movies, and yeah, that's it.
Well, neat.
Follow-up question.
And I watched the 88 movie for the first time a couple weeks ago when y'all streamed it.
86. Follow-up
86.
question. What are your opinions on dinguses? Important for the episode going forward.
They're highly dangerous, and they shouldn't be allowed to exist.
Thank you. That is the correct opinion on dinguses. So today we watched episodes 8 and 9 of Transformers Prime Season 1. Con Job and Convoy.
I get it.
Haha.
Convoy, not to be confused with the Japanese name for Optimus Prime.
Yeah, in that episode, Optimus's Japanese cousin comes to visit. No, they're just it's like poetry. It rhymes. Con Job, we'll start here, begins with the Autobots receiving a signal from a nearby starship. And everyone's like, well, we gotta investigate this. RC is like, all right, listen, it might not actually be an Autobot ship. Decepticons have been known to use Autobots. It might be bait.
I love that everyone in this show has some brain.
Yes.
It's very refreshing from a Transformers series.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out it's not bait. It's Bulkhead's old buddy from the war, Wheeljack, who's swinging by. He's in the neighborhood.
Yeah, Wheeljack was also a wrecker and Bulkhead's boyfriend.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. The best part, so as soon as Bulkhead recognizes the signal and recognizes that it's Wheeljack, he gets very excited, and Arcee just gives him a look and goes, "So who's your boyfriend?"
And Bulkhead just talks about, he's my old war buddy. He's the fucking we were wrecking shit in the wreckers. It was great.
He doesn't even hesitate either. He's like, "Yeah, that's my boyfriend, Wheeljack."
Yeah, that's my boyfriend. That's Jackie. That's him.
Yeah, he doesn't tell her like, "Oh, shut up." He's just like, "Nah."
Yeah, that's my boyfriend.
And what about it?
Arcee.
Unfortunately,
Arcee
and also
has no right to say anything since she had the worst lesbian breakup in history.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
we'll get to that. And Miko's very excited to meet Bulkhead's friend. Unfortunately, they aren't the only people who are excited to meet Wheeljack because guess what? Soundwave has intercepted this transmission and is playing it for Starscream, who is like, "Oh, this is an excellent opportunity. Hey, Makeshift, get over here."
So this is a guy.
Yeah, this is a new guy just dropped.
Yeah, welcome. We're introducing Makeshift. Makeshift he is a special, sub-race of Cybertronians called Shifters. They don't really show up again in the show, but in the extended materials about the show, like the books and comics and stuff, they do. So that's what Makeshift is.
He's entirely shown in silhouette, so we don't really see his true form. We just see the shape of it. And Soundwave just fucking jacks into him and uploads Wheeljack data into him.
Yeah, literally jacks into them. Wheeljacks into him.
Yeah, just a big old tube from Soundwave's chest puts all the Wheeljack data into Makeshift.
It is pretty impressive what they are able to get from a single sound file.
Yeah, I mean, they say that they accessed Wheeljack's public service records.
Yeah,
so that's where they got the rest.
He just downloaded it and then injected it into Makeshift.
Literally, just checked his Wikipedia page.
Yeah, Google Soundwave. Google Wheeljack war stories, quick.
Listen, if Starscream was actually able to figure out Earth Google, I would say that's a huge success for any Cybertronian.
I think Soundwave could do it. I believe in him.
Soundwave, we must track down the Earth intelligence agent known as Jeeves. His knowledge is without bounds.
Let's see, this was 2010. That was 12 years ago. Was Ask Jeeves still a thing?
Not really.
In the Prime universe, it was. So
was this Bing I keep hearing of?
After our intro, we get a little scene of Ratchet working on the ground bridge, and it sparks, and we get a little continuity note where he's like, "Yeah, since those fucking scraplets fucked shit up, everything's been really weird lately."
That's pretty cool that this carries over to this episode, and it actually, it has consequences for what's going to happen later.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this all goes into, hey bud, are you gonna behave today?
Hello, Fig.
This all really goes into sort of the existence of Prime as the most plot heavy of the TV shows for sure, and one of the more plot heavy pieces of media in general. It really, it's not an episodic series.
Yeah, shit matters week to week.
Yeah. You really, if you miss a week, it's not always critical. If you miss last week,
you can still kind of pick up what's going on here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I mean, you don't have to watch last week's episode to understand that things are busted, but if you do miss a week, you will miss details like that.
Mm-hmm. And
it's interesting.
They're planning to bridge Wheeljack in because obviously they don't want him coming in through the front door, since the Decepticons will just see that and come.
Yeah, Optimus is like, we're not gonna share our coordinates with them just in case the Decepticons might be listening, which they already are, so don't want to do that. So instead they're gonna rendezvous with Wheeljack and bridge him in. However, his ship gets attacked by Viacons and shot down.
He pops out. He's got a lot of battle scars on his face.
Yeah, he's a wrecker.
No, notice right? Well, yeah, but Bulkhead isn't all that scarred up.
I guess because Bulkhead's I I imagine not many people who got within Bulkhead's general vicinity survived long enough to do anything to him.
Fair enough.
And the other thing is that, like, Bulkhead's entire thing is being heavily armored.
Yeah.
True.
Right? Wheeljack is much less heavily armored and much more, as we
It's a glass cannon.
built for, like, for agility. Agility.
He's like a commando.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's worth noting this is our second non-standard Wheeljack, because we had Wheeljack in Armada, who was this like angsty vengeance man, and now we have this Wheeljack who is like a fucking badass samurai guy.
Yeah.
And what is great about this Wheeljack is it starts the trend of turning the nerdiest G1 characters into super soldier wreckers.
This also happens to Perceptor in the comics, where he becomes a fucking crack sniper.
It is like the funniest thing they could do with Perceptor. It's like,
great.
You're a magnifying glass. What do we do with you? Well, there you go.
Became a sniper. He's still a scientist. He's still like the smartest guy on the planet. It just also happens he can shoot you from 7,000 miles away.
Right. Anyway, yeah, so...
I'm sorry, but just imagine getting domed by Albert Einstein.
Fuck yeah. It's my new OC.
Albert Grindstein.
So yeah,
he gets confronted by the Viacons, and then when he takes off to like start fighting them, he does a stupid little run off to the side. Did anybody else notice his stupid little run?
He does Naruto run. He definitely Naruto runs.
His steps are so tiny. It's very weird.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just wipes the floor with them. They don't stand a chance.
Yeah, and we see Starscream telling Sam, we're like, hey, we need to get Makeshift down there right now because he is like cleaning house and we don't want to miss our window. Because also at this point, Bulkhead is rushing through the ground bridge to help him out.
So Ratchet's like, call an ambulance, and Bulkhead's like, but not for Jackie.
Yeah, it's unclear when the swap takes place, so I don't know if it's real Wheeljack or Makeshift who rips off a Viacon's arm and then slaps the other one with it.
That's definitely real Wheeljack, because we see what Makeshift can do in a fight later. He's not great. I believe that the switch happens like off screen.
Okay.
The switch happens as Bulkhead is going through the tunnel.
Okay.
Basically.
I see.
So when RC and Bumblebee are going through the tunnel. So when they all arrive on the other side, that's when the switch has happened.
Mm-hmm.
Everything prior to that is real Jack.
Yeah. So
as I'm gonna be calling him now.
Real Jack.
Real Jack.
Time to get shit just got real Jack.
I'm dropping some incredible Transformers OC names in this episode tonight.
Absolutely.
Listeners, you have my permission. Adoptables, all yours.
So, Wheeljack's voice is James Horan.
Yeah, it sure is.
So I'm not a Star Trek guy, but he's apparently someone on Deep Space Nine.
He's someone on Deep Space Nine, and someone on
Enterprise.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he's the guy in the 5-hour energy commercials.
Oh my god, he's Skullface.
Oh, so he's President Shinra as well in the Final Fantasy.
He is also
remake.
President Shinra.
Hell yes. Oh.
Holy shit! And he's all right. Well, I didn't realize that Wheeljack was voiced by Skullface.
Legendary, love it.
Oh wait, sorry, no, I'm confusing my voice actors. He's not the 5-hour energy guy.
No, he is the 5-hour energy cowboy.
He is the 5-hour energy cowboy. That's
great.
Right.
Because that is his fucking his picture on TF Wiki is him in a cowboy hat.
Wonderful.
And it says that he's the 5-hour energy guy.
Yeah.
Can I get a link to that real quick? I want to see that.
Yeah. I'll drop the
I didn't notice the show looks better and worse than I remember because it's been like 10 years since I watched this show. And it looks better in the but it's mostly the backgrounds because it's like when Bulkhead walks up to Wheeljack here, it's just a vast like featureless desert. And I realized, that's budgetary problems. A lot of this show takes place in a vast featureless desert, but this is more vast and more featureless in this one shot than it otherwise is.
It was brilliant setting it in Nevada because Nevada literally just looks like that. That's just how it looks.
Most importantly, it is a vast personless desert.
Yes.
Yeah.
For budget reasons. For budget reasons, that is the biggest thing.
And we will definitely here. As they start getting better at stuff, we will get cooler locales and like more populated areas. It's sort of like the Clone Wars as it goes on gets really crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I will say for a TV CG show, like it looks great.
Yes. So yeah, but they all bring Wheeljack, who I will be calling Makeshift for the rest of this time for clarity reasons, through the ground bridge, and Bulkhead's introducing him to everybody, and like, this is my boy Jackie. He and I go way back. We love killing dudes and broing out.
Hell yeah. I did notice I watched this on Netflix. They do occasionally subtitle the thudding of them just walking around. It just is thudding on the screen.
I love that.
Also, the wreckers are the guys kissing each other and then hitting each other with chairs.
Yes,
that is absolutely the wreckers in every continuity. Does not matter which one.
Perceptor's even English.
And if you want to see a sad version of all those guys kissing and hitting each other with chairs, please read James Roberts' Records trilogy.
Okay.
There's a spider there sometimes.
Ooh.
Yeah. And he's a single dad.
He's a single dad. He's divorced. But yeah,
I love how we bring this up somehow once an episode.
Well, listen, this time it's relevant because the wreckers are finally introduced in this continuity. So we cut back to the Nemesis where Starscream was like, okay, well, he's in, but
we don't know where the fuck he is.
Yeah, their shielding is too good. We can't track his fucking signal, so we're just gonna have to rely on Makeshift to open the ground bridge for us so I can fly all these dudes in here. And we cut up to the deck where there's like a small army of Viacons waiting to run into the auto base.
Mm-hmm. They have Wheeljack tied up. He's cuffed and hanging from the ceiling. He's just kind of taunting Starscream. He's like, "Yeah, you could never lead the Decepticons. Megatron's dead. Oh, it sounds rough, buddy."
Soundwave has to physically restrain Starscream from cliff jumping him.
Yes,
which is like pretty good because, like, again, there is like a very still. Again, by the end of the episode, he's been kind of brought back low again, but there is still a very real threat from Starscream at this point, which Soundwave recognizes and physically restrains him from offing their prisoner so that they can actually do what they need to do.
Yeah, and Starscream's like, I suppose you're right, Soundwave. This one might have some useful intel. Extrapolating a lot from one wrist grab, but that's what you gotta do when your only like subordinate is a faceless, voiceless freak.
I'm telling you, I find their relationship in Prime so interesting.
It's wild.
I love Soundwave in Prime. I said it when I joined the server, but I love that he's just like in the background of just being a creep the whole time.
Just fucking watching everything.
Radiohead's Creep playing in the distance. Yeah. Back at Autopace, they're jiving, they're bopping, they're lobbing.
Yeah, they're lobbing.
Yeah, the Warriors' favorite pastime is just tossing the medicine ball around.
It's just catch. It's just like full contact catch.
And like, so we know. I think RC is warrior class, right?
Yes, RC is.
Do you think she didn't like lobbing because of her small frame would mean she would just get completely owned by this ball? Or are there like weight classes for lobbing?
Oh, there's definitely weight classes.
Yeah, there's weight classes, I would think.
So, but while they're lobbing and like catching up, like, oh bro, it's been forever. Miko is fucking shredding on the guitar. Raph is doing the robot.
It's really cute. So he starts, because like Raph, show us some moves. And he starts doing the robot, and, like, Jack smiles indulgently and goes, of course, the robot. And Bumblebee's watching him, and they start synchronizing their moves. It's really cute!
And Ratchet is over in the corner going, like, I fucking hate this. I hate all of you. Why can't you just go away and be quiet?
Yeah, they asked RC where the hell Optimus went. He just went out on a drive. Dad is not the partying type. He's just like, okay, kids, have fun. This isn't my type of thing, so I'm just gonna go and like
listen to your stepfather.
I'm gonna go out and have a drink with my pals for a little bit. I'll be back.
Like, where is he going? Does he just he likes a good drive? I guess he likes.
Him and Fowler are fishing.
He's taking out his truck nuts that say "Fish fear me, women want me," and he's going fishing.
Oh man!
1 second, I have a piece of merchandise I need to make real quick.
Yeah, we're gonna need to sell that. And it's really funny because obviously Makeshift is like, well, I can't spend all day fucking around, and so he acts extremely sus.
Yes.
He's like, hey, Bulkhead, what's up with the... Or no, as he walks over behind Ratchet, he's like, hey, buddy, what's up with... So that's the ground bridge, huh? You use that to connect to anywhere, huh? And Ratchet's just like cluelessly, yeah, we, but it's on the fritz right now, so it'll probably take me all day to fix it. And Makeshift's just like, yeah, all day, huh? All right, interesting. And he says it like that, too. He's not talking normally. He's just like... Yeah. Oh, what's up? What's up with the ground bridge?
Okay, interesting. Anyways, Bulkhead is like, starts telling old war stories, and then he's like, okay, here, what'd you do then, Makeshift? Or what'd you do, Wheeljack? And then Makeshift is like, yeah, you know what I do best.
It's so good. Yeah, he's like, Bulkhead's telling all this. Oh yeah, Wheeljack did a bunch of crazy shit. He fucking did 47 kickflips and stabbed a guy in the neck. He was amazing.
It's just like, yeah, I remember that. Hell yeah, brother. You're absolutely right.
He was like, hey, remember all those Chuck Norris jokes? That's me.
Yeah, like really sort of giving Makeshift an improv test here without knowing so. And he gives him an actual improv test later.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know, he's a little bit... Makeshift is, you know, he's got his mind on the mission now, so he's trying to like... wriggle away to see if he can get any more intel on stuff. And Bulkhead's like, well, hey, how about, you know, want to go on patrol with me? He's like, I don't want to. I've been cooped up in a can. I'm just going to go walk around. And Bulkhead's like, well, hey, why don't you go hang out with Miko and she can give you a tour of the base?
No.
Well, it's Makeshift suggests that.
Yeah,
right.
It Makeshift is like, actually... What and Bulkhead's like, well, don't stop the party. Like, tell them more war stories. Like this one time, I can't remember what it was, the situation, but it comes up again later.
It's like the Battle of Darkhold Pass or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Darkmount Pass.
Darkmount Pass, yeah. So, and he's like, you tell it better. But Miko, maybe you could show me around the rest of the base. And Miko's like, hell yeah, let's go. And Bulkhead watches them leave, and he's like, And RC's like, are you jealous? Bulkhead's like, no. Miko can have other friends.
Jackie's just acting weird is all.
I'm beginning to think there might be some kind of imposter among us. Anyway, then Wheeljack kills. By the way, I just love that he calls him Jackie. Yes, he calls him Jackie. It's very cute. Wheeljack kills a man with his thighs.
He says to the Viacon guarding him, he says, I can break these cuffs. And the Viacon says, you can't break those cuffs, Autobot scum. And then he fucking wraps his legs around the guy's neck, snaps his neck, and then makes him shoot the console in front of him that busts the cuffs off.
It's equality. This is what we get in exchange for the Black Widow movie.
We get a sexual Wheeljack.
Yeah,
I was about to say this is the RC did a very similar move in Darkness Rising. So like, yeah, this is a thing. It's equality.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, we have noted the thighs in the show before, or at least I have. So.
And you know, Wheeljack never skips fucking squat day.
Yeah.
So
everyone's got tasty thighs.
We've got Miko and Wheeljack hanging out, and Miko's telling him everything. It's like, oh yeah, you got the armory over here, you got the bunker over here just in case of attacks, and he's like, Oh, you tell me more about that bunker, huh? And also,
here's all of the highly explosive stuff that would really cripple us if if it were to explode or anything. Also, we're just a few miles outside of Jasper, Nevada, and the front door is right over there.
and Makeshift's like, that's great. Thank you for being so helpful.
Where's Jasper, Nevada?
So we kind of get back. They walk back into the main room, and Bulkhead's like, "Hey, have fun hanging out with Miko," and we'll just yeah, it's great. And then Bulkhead puts him on the spot, starts grilling him like, "Hey, I really want you to fucking tell the story of Darkmount Pass. Like, please, indulge me." And Makeshift's like, "Fine, you want to live in the past?" And he goes on this fucking ultra confident, super detailed retelling of this crazy badass battle that he and Bulkhead did back in the war. And Bulkhead's like, "Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, but one more thing."
Yeah.
And he hits him with the fucking Ace Attorney. Hold it, I wasn't there.
But you wouldn't know. I had already joined Optimus at that point.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't know that if you
just
had only read
Wikipedia
Wheeljack's
page.
public record.
Yep. So immediately upon getting discovered, Makeshift grabs Miko and threatens to squeeze her into fucking chunky marinara unless they open that ground bridge.
At the same time, Wheeljack is broken out. He has climbed up to the top of the ship, the Decepticon flagship, where the strike team is waiting, and right as they get the ground bridge online, but Wheeljack is just kicking ass up there and stopping the Viacons from going anywhere.
Yep. It's so funny because Starscream's just been waiting up there for who knows how long. It's like, where is he? Where's Makeshift?
Yeah, he's doing the Richie Filsem watch tapping dip.
Yeah. And yeah, Wheeljack is just wrecking shop here. Just killing Viacons left and right. And then he fucking does like a leaping stab on Starscream and does get him. Because later we see his fucking mouth leaking energon.
Oh, yeah. I must have missed that.
Got him good.
Yeah, and this is when the ground bridge opens, and before any of the Viacons can get through, Wheeljack jumps through, does a flying jump kick on Makeshift, closes the ground bridge, and they have a sick melee fight.
Yeah, they have a little duel.
And it's a theme for two of them.
It's so funny because everyone's like, I don't know which one is which. I've already lost track. And then Wheeljack handily wipes the floor with Makeshift.
Yeah, it's not even a contest.
Bulkhead goes, "That's Jackie." There he is.
And I was wondering, wait, what if this is Makeshift? Is it going to turn out that... No, it's not. It's really Wheeljack.
He knows his boyfriend.
He knows his boyfriend.
So, throughout this episode, earlier, Bulkhead pointed out that, Wheeljack always keeps an armed grenade on his belt. That's like his signature thing. Just in case he needs to blow some shit up. And so, Wheeljack, opens up the ground bridge and is like, all right, let's toss this fucking trash back where it belongs. And chucks Makeshift through the portal. And Starscream's like, okay, well, shit's fucked, but tell me you at least have a general location on the Autobot base. And Makeshift's like, yeah, don't worry, boss, I got you. The Autobot base is just outside of, and then Starscream looks down and his eyes bug out like he's a fucking Looney Tune. Mm-hmm. Because Makeshift has a primed grenade on his belt.
Yep. So Starscream's fucking skedaddles out of there as Makeshift and all the other Viacons on the deck blow the fuck up.
Yeah.
And they kind of had to kill Makeshift, right? You can't leave a guy with these powers around.
You can't have every episode being like, what if that guy's the imposter? What if he sucks?
Shira managed to do it.
That's true, but then we also employed a lot of dramatic irony there. And also that shapeshifter was like a cool non-binary scamp. Makeshift, we hear his voice after the cover is blown. It's just Kevin Michael Richardson. I thought it was someone else at first, but it's just Kevin Michael Richardson.
I thought it was Steve Bloom again at first.
Yeah, I was like, is that Steve Bloom? No, it's just Kevin Michael Richardson doing like a Steve Bloom impression almost. Like he and Starscream sound pretty similar.
I don't mind a shapeshifter. We all love NV Full Metal Alchemist here.
Of course.
But I don't know. That's what this needed, though.
No, we don't need makeshift, and so he is blown up. That is the that is like how. So we got this is episode 4, and every single episode has had a named character die in it.
Yeah, he's just fucking dead.
Yeah, the death count is incredible in this series.
Pretty brutally too, having a grenade strapped to your waist. Ugh.
Yeah, so now that all that's over with, Bulkhead and Wheeljack have their actual reunion, but it's pretty short-lived because, Wheeljack, he's addicted to that open road. He just wants to
go where
feel
the wind takes me.
He's blurring feel the solar wind on his weird ear thingies, and
he's got kind of a weird head.
Find more of his old war buddies, and Bulkhead's like, well, I get it. Some bots really don't change. Cause that was another thing where RC was like, well, maybe Wheeljack's acting weird because, I don't know, shit can be different after a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time since y'all seen each other.
Yeah. And Optimus is like, well, Wheeljack, you always have a place here on Earth if you need it, soldier. And
he does also offer to take Bulkhead with him because there's room for Bulkhead's fat ass in the ship.
Apparently, I have to say, later in the series we see the interior of his ship, which by the way is called the Jackhammer.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we see a few characters in there. It looks like a really tight fit. I don't know if you could fit Bulkhead in there.
He can make it work.
He can
it's
make
bigger
it
on
work,
the inside.
But Bulkhead is like, a few, before I joined up with Optimus, I probably would have taken up on your offer, but my place is here now with them. And he looks at Miko as like, and with her.
Aww.
And my axe.
And then, so Wheeljack flies off to the stars, probably to return at a later date.
You literally just said that we'll get to see a ship again, so
maybe
he's dead by then.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, maybe he's dead, and we just see the inside of his ship.
I only said you see the ship, never.
That's fair.
I'm not.
That's fair.
Anything.
That's fair.
So let's talk about episode 9 now, Convoy, which is an insane episode.
Oh, it's good. I
just really like this one.
So immediately we start up with Fowler calling in to Autobase, all worked up about something.
Once again, flying the jet around in the suit.
Well, he was flying it around up until recently.
Yes.
He has been shot down by what he believes is a Decepticon. And he's like, Prime, fucking pick up the phone. And Optimus is like, all right, calm down. What's going on? And Fowler's like, listen to me. You need to help me transport the Dingus. And RC says, what? Huh? Wait.
Okay, all right. What is that?
And this is the episode, folks.
So the American government has made some kind of nuclear cube called the Dingus, which is an acronym DNGS, which stands for Dynamic Nuclear Generation System.
Yes.
I am probably going to have to go and find some voice clips from this to splice in because they get a lot of mileage out of Ernie Hudson saying Dingus in this episode.
How
is Ernie Hudson Fowler's...
Yes, Ernie Hudson plays Fowler. Yes.
Wow. I'm glad that he's not the only one that does it, too, because Silas also says it.
That's true.
How hard do you think they had to work to think of an acronym for Dingus?
Oh, I don't know. Like, they could probably just mash some fucking science words together. What's really important is that we need Dingus. But specifically, what I wrote down, what he says to Optimus, he says they tried to smash and grab for the Dingus.
Yes.
Great.
He suspects that the Dingus is like a revolutionary new energy generation system that the government has developed. And obviously, the Decepticons don't have any use for that. They run off Energon. They don't need that shit. But he suspects that maybe they'll want it to make a weapon, because if it melts down, it will irradiate, this state and every state within, like, a few hundred miles. So not good. Bad. Pretty bad, actually.
Yeah, and Raph is like, hey, yeah. Which state did he say he was in?
Yeah. And so Fowler's like, listen, it's fine, Prime. I just need you to ground bridge my dingus into a safe place. And Prime is like, well, that's not a good idea, because if an accident occurs while it's in the ground bridge, the radiation would probably proliferate worldwide due to the way the ground bridge works.
Yeah. Seems bad.
And so Fowler is like, okay, well, I have another idea. And we cut to Fowler climbing into Optimus's cab.
It's Smokey and the Bandit time.
Yeah, he's got the trailer with the dingus in it, and Fowler looks very excited to get his hands on the wheel and start driving, and Optimus just goes, don't worry, Agent Fowler, I'll handle the driving.
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
And so, yeah, that's our setup. So, our seat...
You think Optimus has, like, a bed behind the seat or anything?
Oh, I mean, he probably does. Like, I think that comes standard with a lot of trucks of his model.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely, like, fully equipped for living in.
Hell yeah.
He's got heated seats. So yeah, the setup is we've got Optimus with Fowler in the driver's seat, Bulkhead and Bumblebee, as escorts,
The blocker
and then
cars,
and RC as a fun little surprise later in Optimus's trailer. And then we have Ratchet and the kids as mission control, and they are going to transport the dingus to a drop-off point where it can be smuggled away safely.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really funny because we see them traveling down the road, and Fowler is like like a slow old ass truck pulls out in front of them, and Fowler is just like fucking leaning on the horn. And I was just like, is this necessary? Can you stop?
Oh, so you're one of those by the books drivers, huh, Optimus? Yes. Yes, I am.
Of course he is. Have you met him? So we, and they're monitoring the convoy, and we get a little bit of banter between Fowler and Prime, right? Where we're kind of, I forget how it comes up, but like Optimus is kind of talking about like, the Decepticons aren't the only source of evil on this earth. You humans have plenty of problems.
Well, because Fowler's like, oh man, if I wouldn't have to deal with all this shit if you Decepticons and Autobots hadn't come here, nothing bad would be happening. And Optimus is like, you really mean to suggest that there was no evil on your planet before we came here? Are you serious right now?
Yeah, he's like that image from, God, I don't even know what it's from, but it's like, so you agree?
Right. And he's like, all right, well, how about we turn on some music? And Fowler's like, you seem like a Nashville sound kind of guy.
I love that.
That's such a called shot, and I agree with him. I think Optimus would be into it.
But before they can turn on the twangy tunes, an unmarked chopper appears in their rear view, and Fowler's like, that's him. That's the fucking Decepticon that shot me down. What's that guy's name? Wingnut? Dingbat? Sky Guy?
So good.
Are any of those actual Transformers?
No, but again, they all go into the pool of new Transformers OC names that anyone can use following this episode.
And
yeah, he should have been actual names. He should have said Cyclonus or Sandstorm or something.
But Ratchet's like, well, I'm not actually seeing any Decepticon signals around you guys, so I guess maybe they're cloaked. And so Optimus, gives a command. All right, boys, Bulkhead and B, stay in vehicle form. No breaking the masquerade.
And one of the cars, they kind of box in Bulkhead.
Yeah,
he can't go anywhere.
So very shortly after the chopper appears, cars with a very similar color scheme, like Fast and Furious, this truck.
Mm-hmm. And one of them pulls up alongside Optimus, and we see why Ratchet's not getting any Decepticon signals is because these aren't Decepticons; they're humans.
Yeah,
fucking humans.
This is
terrorists.
literally Fast and Furious.
Yes. And like the guy who pops out of it, he's wearing like a full body black stealth suit. He's got like a cool mask on. He's got a hyper techno gun.
Yeah, there's some sort of like techno militia.
Yeah.
That all drive Dodge Chargers or whatever these are.
Yeah, so with the revelation that they are being assaulted by humans, Optimus is like, okay, disarmament only, like minimal force applied,
This is
please.
so funny considering the moves he makes in this scene.
Yeah, so he follows up the phrase, all right, minimal force applied, let me ram this guy off the road.
Yeah, no, they fucking kill people here.
Yeah, he's like, use non-lethal evasion tactics, and then flips an entire car off a cliff with the guy still in it. It's
Yeah,
like,
now
buddy.
I will say, the show makes great pains to make sure every time they flip a car over, you see the guys inside
Get tossed out.
crawling out and going like, ugh, my head. Now, for
No, they
most
don't.
of them,
No,
some
they
of
don't.
them...
Some of
Some
them
of
don't.
them
When
flip
RC
over on
comes
the
in-
freeway with the people inside and explode.
Yeah, no, we'll get there because that's what I'm about to get to. Because B also does this to a guy, flips the car over, and like we see them crawl out. Then these guys start trying to break open.
Well, we do cut out. We do cut to the inside of the helicopter. We get the
yes.
leader of these people. His name is Silas, and the organization
Yes.
they're all a part of is Mech.
So Silas is voiced by the great Clancy Brown,
Oh yeah,
who has done a number of things. He's been Destro in G.I. Joe, Lex Luthor in a number of DC properties. He was Kurgan in Highlander, in the actual live-action Highlander movie. And, of course, Mr. Krabs.
Oh, okay.
yeah, like a guy who plays a lot of villains. You got Lex Luthor, you got the Kurgan, you got
Mr. Krabs.
a horrible capitalist.
Right, Mr.
Um,
Krabs.
And he's great as Silas. He's in his like, he's got his fucking evil genius terrorist guy banter with Fowler. Like he calls in as like, Fowler, I'm here for your dingus.
Do you
It's
think
so
we mean to use
good!
the dingus as an energy source to sell it on the
Yeah.
black market? No.
Yeah, because-
we're using it as a weapon.
Fowler asks, what's the running price for a dingus these days anyway?
But
So-
their whole
Newsflash,
goal
asshole!
is.
We were keeping it the entire time.
Yeah.
And he takes a moment to just say like what their goal is here, which is like he says that the New World Order will be taken out by the newer order using more advanced cutting edge technology, and that's what we're here to do. So they just want to use the dingus, blow it up, use laser rifles and shit to take over the world.
They just want to be like the fucking most technologically advanced guys ever. Like they believe in like supremacy through advanced technology.
They're the Brotherhood of
so-
Steel.
Yep, pretty much. And they got a guy trying to like detach Prime's trailer. So Fowler punches that guy off. Well, actually, first he tries to like interrogate him, but then the mech soldier
Tries to do
actually
the Batman thing.
yeah. Then the mech soldier just like throws himself off of a moving truck. He's probably
I've rewound this like 3 times. I couldn't really tell if it was him throwing himself off or if a tree whacked him off. But yeah,
it was
I guess
very
I think
fast.
he
All
threw
his
himself.
bones are broken. All
Oh,
of
yeah, that
them are
guy's dead.
broken. Speaking of dead, someone cracks open the trailer, and instead of a cube, RC pops out, rams the car that the guy has been climbing on, which then flips over 4 times and explodes. RC definitely
Well,
killed
Yeah,
no,
no, that guy is
it
dead.
starts rolling. The car behind it hits it, flips over it, and then lands upside down on the freeway and explodes on contact. All those men are dead.
So all of the rest of these guys we've seen like, oh yeah, they're crawling out of the wreck. They're banged up, but they're okay. RC incinerated those men.
Yeah.
She is not as merciful as Bumblebee or Optimus.
No,
She's
By the
very
way,
much not
no
throughout
like,
this series.
she's-
That's sort of
she's-
a hallmark of her personality.
So and this whole time Fowler has been like bantering with Silas and treating him like he's small potatoes. Like, oh, fucking some guy who wants to fuck computers. That's dumb as shit. I deal with Decepticons all day. And Optimus like, now
I
hold
fuck
on.
computers all day long.
No, that's Jack's mom you're thinking of.
Yeah. Sure is.
And Optimus is like, listen, Fowler, I understand you're confident here, but like you need to know that all that shit that dude is saying is exactly the kind of stuff Megatron said before he started the war. Do not treat this man lightly.
Mm-hmm.
So then we enter a train tunnel. Like this is apparently like the drop off point here is this train. And Bulkhead collapses the roof behind them to prevent the mech cars from pursuing them. But obviously Silas is still overhead.
We also cut away to Starscream and Soundwave, who have been listening in on their comms, of course.
Very briefly, just going like, they're doing some shit. Let's go see what's going on.
Yeah. It seems like they're all alone out in the wilderness, and they're kind of preoccupied right now. Let's just send out some Viacons to fuck with them.
I want that dingus.
It is very funny that they're just like, we're gonna ruin your day just for the hell of it.
Let's just stir the shit a little bit. I'm kind of bored.
You're telling me there's a cube-shaped MacGuffin out there? Go get it.
They collapse the entrance to this train tunnel, and they do something. Bumblebee climbs up on the train and knocks on it, but we don't see what happens right now.
Yeah, and then they come out, and this is when the Viacons like show up and kind of surround Silas's helicopter for a minute before flying forward, and then they just go ahead and like say fuck it, fuck infiltration protocol, we're transforming in front of God and everyone.
Well, yeah, because they start firing on the Autobots, and Optimus abandons his trailer right here, and just lets it explode. And the Met guys, they don't sense any radiation coming from it, so presumably the Dingus did not get blown up with the trailer. And
then everyone transforms. Optimus is like, well, if they're gonna do it, we gotta do it too. Like, if they're gonna transform, there's literally no reason for us not to.
Yeah.
And Silas, instead of being like, holy shit, giant robots are turned into cars, just like, I figured something like this was going on.
He's doing Vince McMahon, like, intrigued face.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
So of course he instantly knows, like, well, obviously they swapped the Dingus onto the train. And so Silas starts going after the train. Fowler's like, oh, there's a bit where Prime transforms. They're fighting the Viacons. The Autobots' backs are to this cliff, and Prime transforms while Fowler is still inside him. So we just get Fowler like trying not to barf in Prime's palm.
Yeah, he's already been getting pretty road sick, car sick with all the vehicular chases. This does not help.
Yeah. So Fowler sees Silas going for the train, where he's like, hey, Prime, Mech's gonna try to grab the Dingus. Could you do something to prevent that? And Prime says, got it. And then immediately a Viacom clocks him in the face with a fucking tree.
Yeah. Jesus, it's so funny. He gets fucking whacked with a log and goes over the cliff and is knocked out for a while. Just like that. Imagine being the Viacon who gets to knock out Optimus Prime with a log. That's really gonna make your day if you make it back to the base.
Yeah, for the brief amount of day you have left.
Before Bulkhead like crushes your entire upper torso into your chest cavity.
Yeah. Up until then, you're feeling great.
Oh yeah.
No, I can't remember where we are. Have the kids got involved at this point?
They're just about to, because like after this cut where we see Prime, like he should basically have like stars around his head after he falls down this fucking cliff. Because Fowler calls into Ratchet and is like, hey, Prime got his ass beat by some wood, and the rest of the Autobots are occupied fighting the
He's
Viacom.
like the original Green Lantern. That's like his only weakness.
Yeah, like fucking Megatron spent all this time getting all the devil drugs and raising a gigantic zombie army. He should just hit him with a tree.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Fowler's like, hey, we need someone on Dingus duty. And Ratchet's like, well, we're shit out of luck, because I'm not going to send anyone through the ground bridge trying to hit a fucking moving target that is going 90 miles an hour. That's insane.
He's like, I understand that your lives are very insignificant, and I have no concept of how far along in your development you truly are, but there's a thing called physics.
Have you ever heard of telefragging, kids?
You will be liquefied one way or another if we try to do this.
Yeah, because it's a confined space moving at 90 miles an hour. This isn't, this isn't the easiest thing in the world to do. And I don't even have, like, the exact coordinates for the train.
And then Raph says, I have the exact coordinates for the train.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Fuck
That's
it.
convenient.
Fine.
All of Ratchet's arguments just fucking evaporate. It's like, well,
All right, if you want to
fine.
die.
Okay, whatever. So right before the kids teleport onto the train, Silas Silas has his guy like shock the train, and it presumably knocks out everyone on board, including the engineer.
Yes,
Because we see in a flashback that like Fowler has a guy on the train in the Dingus compartment. We've got a Dingus duty guy here who like traded off with the Autobots. So he's in there watching the cube. He gets knocked out, and right after he does, Jack and Miko teleport in.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, okay, well, we just have to like figure out what to do here as two teenagers
without any weapons.
Yeah.
Raph does so. Silas starts trying to like land his helicopter on top of the train. Raph activates a switch down the line to throw them off for a little bit. And the guy who is flying the helicopter, multitasker of all time, is like, they're hacking us. Oh, well, not anymore. And he just presses a button.
The line is way cooler because the guy goes, hacker. And then he presses a button and he goes, former hacker.
Yeah.
And the little bomb shows up on Raph's screen, and it's so sad. He's just a little guy, and it's his birthday. He's just a little birthday boy.
It ruins his laptop. He gets fucking zapped.
I was really afraid his laptop was going to explode.
And that's how Raph died.
But no, it just like short circuits and like
Mm-hmm.
gets a little sparky.
You gotta pay for a new one, Ratchet?
Yeah, Fowler's got to buy him a new fucking laptop after that. Like they helped save the whole fucking United States from being irradiated.
Fowler, can you get me an Alienware laptop this time?
Can you get me a liquid cooled laptop?
I want RGB lighting.
Yeah, so their tech support is down, and the mech guys are starting to cut into the train car. So Jack and Miko go for their weapons of choice. For Miko, it is a fire axe.
Hell
And
yeah.
for Jack,
Good taste. I always grab that in Left 4 Dead 2 when I can.
and for Jack, it is a fire extinguisher.
Well, better luck next time, buddy.
Yep. And the mech guys have their fucking tech guns pointed right at them. And Miko's like, come get some, you piece of shit. I'll rumble with you anytime.
And Jack's like, I literally wish I were Squidward pin. I wish I were somewhere else right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So unrelated, at this point, Optimus has woken up from his fucking log nap
Yes.
and is in pursuit
Talk
of the
about
train.
sawing logs. Whoa.
Haha. He doesn't have a nose. Do you think that would? Yeah, I don't think he can snore. Can he smell?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Huh.
I guarantee you by the end of this series, Bulkhead will be seen snoring or something.
Oh yeah. So Optimus shifts into maximum overdrive.
Yes.
To catch up with the train. That's still my favorite thing of Prime Optimus. Is sometimes he just goes maximum overdrive and goes fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. It's just him saying, get fucked, losers.
And so this causes, Silas says, all right, boys, retreat. Don't fuck with the robot. Which causes Miko to briefly think, oh, wow, we really intimidated them.
Yeah.
Then
Hell yeah.
Silas is like, all right, well, first rule of combat, never leave the enemy with the spoils, and he blows the train tracks.
Yeah.
And so now we have two teenagers in a rail car with a highly unstable nuclear power device with an unfortunate acronym careening towards a ravine. With Optimus,
it's fine.
In pursuit, but who knows if it'll get there in time. And it's great because Jack and Miko start accepting death very quickly.
Oh yeah, they're like,
well, Jack does at least. I don't know about Miko.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, Miko's like, all right, we can buy like some time by talking about what we think the afterlife is like. So, Jack, it's just like this like completely deranged conversation between the
I don't
two
remember
of them.
why it happens, but there's one shot where Jack's like, well, it's been nice knowing you, and it looks like they're about to go and hug, and then Miko just snatches his phone out of his hand.
Yes.
Yes.
So funny. But yeah, like they're she's like, well, it's either the train crash will kill us or the explosion will get us. Either way, we're going up pretty quick, so I'm fine with that, I guess.
Yeah. I have a hard time believing that there's anywhere in America where a train can travel at 90 miles an hour, but especially in fucking Nevada, but or
that is
wherever this
absolutely the most unrealistic part of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Nevada, not so much. I think some of the
that's what I was
Acela
thinking.
trains
Is like maybe the Acela, but like
that's
like passenger shit. Like that's not going to be a fucking cargo train,
right? Right, and it doesn't
not
go
in
to
this
Nevada.
kind of like area. Like, so, anyways,
yeah.
Notes on American transport infrastructure aside, Optimus has to do something to stop.
Shout
this
out to
fucking
American
train.
exceptionalism.
Yay! Optimus. No, he's not about to give up. He pulls ahead of the train. He morphs into robot mode, and he goes Spider-Man 2 on this shit. He
does.
He pulls the train to a stop. He
right at the edge of the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
That's my fucking
Boogie
dad.
Boogie.
Oh my god, that's my
Yeah,
dad.
that's pretty hot.
We see Silas, retreating. He's like, you know what? I want to dissect one of those things.
I can't wait to cut you open. See what makes you tick.
Like, clearly he's like, well, I have found the way I will win the tech war, and it's these fucking things. I need to figure out how to make them tick. So that's fine. Silas will never appear in the show again.
Joining the war on terrorism on the side of terrorism.
And Optimus is just like, well, we learned a lot here today. Chief among them is that some humans just fucking suck.
Yeah, Decepticons in human skin, he calls them.
Yes! Which is like, damn, he really thinks quite highly of mech as enemies then. Because he's like, yeah, these guys are just as dangerous as the Decepticons.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's seen
and just as
this
evil.
happen before, so like he's not about to take this lightly. Even if they are, even if they are squishy meat humans.
Fowler, I would recommend that you read Umberto Eco's Fascism.
It's a great read.
All right. Optimus read do you think Optimus read stuff by downloading directly into his brain, or does he like to
I think he would actually read it. I think he would read it in the normal way.
Ratchet definitely downloads shit into his brain.
Oh yeah, he does not have time for that shit. Yeah, that's what Optimus was doing when he was out last episode. He was fishing and he was reading Umberto Eco.
That man was in med school. Of course he downloaded shit directly to his brain.
So that is Convoy, the introduction of a big villainous human faction.
I had forgotten about these guys.
They're a pretty big part of the show for the first couple of seasons.
Yeah, they not to directly contradict what Nero just said in a very obviously joking fashion, but these guys stay around for a long time.
They do some crazy shit.
I forgot that they were in the show beforehand, but when they did show back up, I was like, oh, wait. Yeah, they're in the show a lot, huh?
Yeah.
They do some buck wild crimes against not humanity, but
robot kind.
Crimes against alien. Yeah.
Can't wait to
There's
find
some
out.
stuff coming up.
Really gruesome stuff.
There's some stuff going on, and we're not too far away from their next reappearance. I don't think they'll show up again in season 1.
Hell yeah.
2. Yeah. Oh no! Oh, again in season 1, yeah.
In season 1, and then in season 2 they have a bunch of arcs. So we got questions about this show.
If you want to send in questions, you can join the Discord.
You can join the fucking Discord. Sorry, that came out aggressively. I will say.
Thank you, Argyle.
You can join the fucking Discord. Anyway, none on Twitter today, so we'll jump right into the Comlink channel, starting with Cassarachnid. If you were highway robbers in jolly old England, what would your gimmick and intimidating name be? Please come up with your highwayman sonas.
the Argyle robber. I just wear Argyle patterned everything. I shoot you with a gun.
You're a Yakuza side boss. Side mission.
The Vermilion.
I'm the rifle.
What's your thing?
which you'll catch. Which you suck my willy. It's quite delightful. Mess with me, you'll get the rifle.
I am the Vermilion Sourdough Starter, the
Sure.
much less famous and intimidating cousin of the Scarlet Pimpernel.
Ah, I see. Okay.
I like that you're not even the sourdough, just the sourdough starter.
Well, not quite there yet.
My gimmick is having lots of yeast infections.
Oh, no!
It's jolly old England.
I don't know how to wash my tape properly.
Hey, Nero.
My nose fell off years ago.
I've got scurvy and fucking syphilis.
I'll keep it in a jar on my belt.
Okay, can we get to the next question, please?
Fine. I don't know why you'd want to, but all right. Cassarachnid also asks, which two Transformers are two bros chilling in a hot tub 5 feet apart because they're not gay? Rodimus and Drift from IDW1.
Yes.
Despite all appearances.
I was gonna say in this series, Knockout and Breakdown,
No.
we haven't gotten to, but they're literally
Absolutely
boyfriends.
not.
They're literally boyfriends.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
canonly.
I wasn't gonna say that because no, they are. They just are. They are gay. What are you talking about?
No,
It is impossible to figure out. Like among this show, I can't think of one because what? It's like Optimus and Ratchet, definitely not.
I mean, honestly, it's RC and Arachnid.
Yes. Because they'll kill each other if they're any closer.
That's right.
Right? If they get any closer, they're going to react very passionately one way or another.
So really, they're 5 feet apart. 5 feet apart because they're too gay and also have a pulsating, hot, burning heart of animosity.
I appreciate that in Prime, it is really the women who are the most feral of the bunch.
Absolutely. There's really only two major lady Transformers in this show, but boy howdy, they do some shit. They get crazy.
Yes. They get extremely wild with it.
Slipstream Sam asks, how much Corona do you think the Autobots would/could drink if Dom Credo invited them to a cookout? Okay. So let's go down by list. Bumblebee, not of legal drinking age.
Yeah.
I understand he is several...
But he still gets one.
He gets one. He doesn't like it. He goes for a sody pop instead. Ratchet, I feel like Ratchet is like a kind of a beer snob probably. Well, he'll take it, but he'll kind of complain about it. He'll be grumpy about it.
He'll be nursing one all afternoon.
Optimus abstains.
I thought Optimus would drink 4, and he'd be fine.
I think Optimus, maybe he drinks responsibly. He's like...
No, Optimus abstains not because he doesn't drink, but because he is a beer snob and he will.
Oh, okay.
But he'll tell you straight up. He'll be like, I respect beer too much to accept this, but I will gladly partake of your barbecue.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you for the ribs, Agent Fowler.
He refuses to eat anything yeasted because he doesn't know if they're sentient or not.
RC drinks 3 Bulkhead. Boy, that boy can house a Corona, I bet.
Yeah.
Bulkhead
Yeah, he's doing
it.
keg stands at the barbecue. He brought his own keg to do keg stands.
He transforms into the keg.
Ooh.
He's a triple changer.
Oh, yeah.
Casey Cosmotector asks, which...
I mean, honestly, more useful than most triple changers' third forms.
That's true. How much usage did Astro Train's train form get, really?
Every time I see him just literally off the rails in train form it's unmatchable.
He literally just uses that form as a runway to get momentum for his actual useful form.
Right, which is
So
still
funny.
not very, very
I guess
useful.
Blitzwing has 2 useful modes.
Blitzwing is okay,
jet.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Octane.
Octane turns into a highly explosive fuel truck and fuel jet. Dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casey Cosmotector asks, which of those tiny cars Rob has been posting would you use as a getaway vehicle after a big heist, referring to Robinus Prime's daily cars, of which there are many.
Yeah, if you're in this server or in the Kamurocho Radio Discord server, Robin posts a tiny car most days. Not every day. They're not always filling up to
getaway Getaway vehicle? Oh, no, it's the one with the fan on the back of it. The Layat Helica Aero
I think that
car.
one has the fan on the front.
Wait, hang on, never mind. Yeah, that's the front of the car.
Mine would be the Honda Motocampo, the little like suitcase motorcycle.
Mine's the egg.
Oh, I want the Austin Healey Sprite, the fucking frog car with the funny little face on it. I'll probably be arrested, but you know what? I'll look adorable doing it.
Yeah, that guy rules.
Let's see here. Overlord Bunny asks, which of these tiny cars would be a bro and which would be a foe? Let me look back here.
I think a foe would be the one with the fan on the front. That would be a Decepticon.
Or the GM Firebird 1953, which is literally just a car. What if a car fucked a jet? It has joystick steering, apparently.
I have many fics that can answer that question for you.
I'm sure you know a lot about that one.
Yeah.
Also, the Trapezoid car, just because I don't like it.
The
Dornier
1999
Delta.
Fiat Multipla, the one that looks like one car, like a car and a half. Like, the top half of one car stacked on top of another one.
You can definitely rank these cards by like rancidity of vibes.
Yeah, some of these are real bad to look at. They're not always like a friend. Yeah, the Austin Healey Sprite, that's a friend. Love that guy. Delightful. Just great vibes from that guy.
The DAF raincoat, which looks like a shoe.
The Fiat Jolly, that's a friend. Love him. Oh, the Aptera car, that's an enemy. Don't like it.
Yeah, I was about to say the Aptera.
Smart Crossblade, definitely a Decepticon.
Oh, the Google car is also a Decepticon.
No, I feel like that one's like a double crosser. It shows up as an Autobot and then it switches sides.
It's literally it's literally just Soundwave. It tracks everything you do.
Oh god, I don't like it.
And then sells it. I don't know. I think the GM Firebird is an enemy just because it looks like Dick Dastardly.
The PLP-50 is
like
a literal
fucking
mini-con.
Oh, it's so cute. The Suzuki Hustler, that's like a classic Autobot, boxy little SUV.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a G1 ass car.
Okay,
yeah. Okay, I think we got most of them.
That's good. There's a lot of them. Just join the Discord if you want to see
There's
more of them.
so many of them. They all look so fucking funny.
Mm-hmm.
I want Max does get it actually, I see Max gets it in Kamarocha Radio, but I want Max to see these so he can get mad at cars.
Next, also related to the tiny cars, which would be best for Dominic Toretto? Listen, if you're like I can't visualize any of these tiny cars, join the Discord.
Yeah, join the Discord.
They're all here. Okay, so the problem with this is that Vin Diesel is a large man, like probably top 3 biggest guys out there.
Are we sure about this? Doesn't he need to stand on a
that's
on
right.
something?
He's
not very tall,
but he's like broad.
He's wide. Yeah, he's kind of
a wide fellow.
Large volume, but he's not much length to him.
Many of these cars would be very uncomfortable for him.
Do you find something entertaining about my automobile?
Even the extremely wide need to have a car. This is what I could afford with
This is the widest auto I could afford. My Fast and Furious money.
It's not the most fitting for him, but I really want to see him in the PLP-50, the smallest road legal car in the world.
I would love to see him try to fucking ride that thing.
I think the Austin Healey Sprite is probably the one that most fits him of these.
I want to see fucking Vin Diesel, stone-faced, scowl-looking tough as Dominic Toretto behind the wheel of that car.
He could also probably fuck around with the Aptera.
Oh yes, that's definitely like the car in fucking F10 or whatever that new one's gonna be called.
That's the one that the new sci-fi villain drives, like that, like Idris Elba and Hobbs and Shaw, like he would have driven the Aptera.
It's gonna be fasten your seatbelts. We all know this.
Robinus Prime asks, if Dom's car was a Transformer, what's their name and general personality trait? So Dom drives like a big fuck off muscle car, right?
Yes.
Like a Dodge Charger with a huge engine block.
Yeah, something like that.
I think their name would just be like Nitro.
Hell yeah.
Fucking Nitro. And I think they're like I think they are basically just Dom.
Yeah.
Like the same kind of guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like he loves racing, he's all about family, and he's voiced by Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Has Vin Diesel shown up in...
No, he's voiced by The Rock.
Oh, God. Oh, no!
Yeah.
They're enemies.
He has a very short lifespan.
Has Vin Diesel ever shown up in... Oh, my God. He has never been in the Transformers franchise.
Wow.
We should... He needs to fix that.
It's a shame, because one of his most famous roles is being a robot.
It's true. He needs to fix that shit. He can be in Bumblebee 2 as, some guy.
Put him in the Beast Wars movie.
Oh,
Are they making a
shit.
Beast Wars movie?
They are.
They
Great.
are.
Who would you cast him in for Beast Wars? I don't think he can carry Primal. I don't think he can carry Optimus Primal.
No, not Primo. Probably,
No, you need
Dinobot.
to be eloquent to be Dinobot. That dude's quoting Shakespeare and shit. I think he can be
True.
Depth Chart.
Cheetor.
No,
Cheetor.
You are getting so far. So the youthful, chatty, kid and field character. Actually, I want that. I want Cheetor to be like a huge buff grunt. My answer would actually be Depth Charge, because he's like aloof and kind of angsty, and he doesn't talk much, but he's like cool. Turns into a manta ray.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Primal was sort of like the first one that, like, you go
He would
to.
do okay as Optimus Primal, I think. I could definitely see it. I could also see him as like a less comedic Scorponok in that show.
Yeah.
Of just like a kind of a dumb goon guy. But I don't think Vin takes the goon jobs anymore. Like he's too full
Too
of himself off
dignified.
that. Yeah. He's been playing Dom for too long. He's like, now I gotta be a hero.
I can't lower myself.
Do you think Silverbolt is too righteous in Beast Wars?
Yeah, I don't think
for
that
him?
fits either.
Yeah.
It's hard. I do think he would be an alright, like, Optimus Primal.
Part of me, I don't necessarily think this works. Like, but part of me, given like Rhinox's
Oh shit,
engineering
Rhinox!
skills- Rhinox. It's Rhinox.
Yeah, no, that fits.
Okay, because he still got that combat, but he has all of, like, the tech skills and
He's
stuff.
got the big fucking. He's
that
got
I
the big
think-
fuck off chain guns.
Yeah, I think it's
totally.
Rhinox.
No, I
There we
completely forgot about Rhinox. Damn.
Yeah, so did I, which is why I went to Cheetor.
Anyway, we're actually gonna cast Vin Diesel's Rat Trap.
He's the only one left.
And finally, Casey Cosmetector asks, which Transformers are good at the video game Amongst Us? That's the version they have in the Prime universe. Is it
Bumblebee is
Soundwave?
Bumblebee's great at it because he can't. He's able to just like beep his way
Right.
out of it.
Is it Soundwave though? Like, can you beat Soundwave at Among Us?
I feel like Soundwave is so inherent.
Yeah, no, I think they would. Everybody would vote him out round
Why.
one.
Yeah.
The same with Starscream.
Well, Starscream would
Because he's too
definitely like
vocal.
be. Yeah, he would be too obvious, and he would be like arguing with people about. I was in electrical. You can't do this to me.
RC would play one round
No,
and rage quit.
absolutely. No fucking patience for this bullshit. But I mean, everyone else I think is probably pretty average. Like, Bulkhead would do fine. All the human kids are obviously
Yeah.
great at it because they're the youths.
Mm-hmm.
They know all about Amogus. I want to see Optimus.
No, Jack would
Oh,
be
never
bad.
mind.
Jack would be bad at
Absolutely.
it. He does not know about
Nah,
Amogus.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. He's a little nerd who doesn't do anything.
I think Optimus would abstain from playing.
Yes, I do not appreciate this game's fostering of distrust.
Yeah, exactly.
I do not believe any of us are sus. Well,
Bulkhead, it's not very kind of you to accuse your compatriot of being a sussy baka.
we've been Prime Cuts. Argyle, do your plugs.
I'm Argyle. You can find me on Twitter at Argyle_funk. You can also listen to me on Pod of Greed, the show that Audrey is also on. That is POD of Greed. It is a Yu-Gi-Oh! GX podcast. We're almost done with Season 3, where I'm going to have to stop watching the dub because they didn't dub past the last episode of Season 3. They didn't even dub the last episode of Season 3. So, fuck you. Also,
You're
you can find me
entering
on...
into the fucking sicko zone.
Yay! Also, you can find me on Kamarocho Radio, KMRO-FM, that I host with friend of the show, Jordan. It is a podcast about the Yakuza series of video games. They're my favorite games. We just started Yakuza 4, which is Jordan's least favorite game and kind of a middling entry for me.
I really
like 4, alright. It's okay. I'm excited to get back, to, give it a closer examination. Anyways, that
my best friend is there.
Akiyama? Hana? Saejima, my bad.
My best friend Saejima.
Yeah, him. We love him. We'll get to him in a few weeks. Anyways, yeah, give that a listen. That one's a ton of fun as well. Popcorn Nero.
Okay. I'm Nero. You can find me on Twitter at Dragon Smoocher. I also have various other projects in various other places, such as the comprehensive Final Fantasy XIV companion podcast I'm doing with my good friend Jane, Radio Free Heidelin at Heidelin Radio, on hiatus for a couple of weeks due to stuff, but should be back in the saddle. Yeah, should be back in the saddle soon. And on top of everything else, I'm also going out of town next week, so shit's a little bit crazy. But we will be back in the saddle soon.
It's been perfect timing, y'all starting that podcast right when I choose to get into Final Fantasy XIV.
Hell yeah. We're hoping a lot more people start to choose. I think everyone should choose to get into Final
Fantasy. Oh, yeah.
Fantasy
Also,
14.
if you play Final Fantasy XIV, you can find me on the Fairy server on Ether. I'm Kashmir Pashmita. I've started doing that on my podcast now. as a joke. Kind of not.
Gotta get those plugs in. Maybe get it. Maybe you get a static out of it. Who knows?
I've got an FC to do that.
And of course, you can also find the previous show Jane and I did, the Podcast of Power, a whole show about the 2018 She-Ra show. That is at Podcast of Power on Twitter. Great show, great podcast. And I am on Disney Minus at Disney Minus Pod, a horrible slog through the sludge of Disney Plus, and some good movies which are on there. Next, the episode that should be up by the time this episode goes up is A Bug's Life with guests and also Pot of Greed co-host Max. And I will be absent for the next episode, which is Hercules.
Ooh, that's a good one.
0 to Hero, baby. It's a good one. I'm sad I'll be missing it, but I can watch it.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer one to have to miss, given how your dice rolls have been going lately.
I'll watch it on my own time. And
you're gonna get back and you're gonna roll like Morbius or something.
Oh, I'm the next choice, so I get to choose what to do. You're gonna
roll Mars Needs Moms again somehow.
We will simply re-roll. I think we've taken that off the list because we've done it. Like anything we've done, we remove from the pool. So. There's no chance of, unless they release a director's cut, we're not watching that shit again.
Great.
Anyway, don't.
Well, now they're going to.
Anyway, please don't watch Mars
Release
Needs
the
Moms.
4-hour cut of Mars Needs Moms.
Release the Pixar cut.
Plugs. Well, I have.
Yeah, I'm Audrey. You can find me on Tumblr and Twitter at Optimum on Prime. You can also, as Argyle mentioned, listen to the other show I do. It's called Pot of Greed. You can find us on Twitter at Pot of Greedcast. You can also find that show, this show, and the other shows that Argyle mentioned on the Noise Space Network, which you can find at noisepace.xyz. We are very happy to be part of the network. In addition to everything mentioned here, some other things we said were Wow Cool Robot you can listen to there, as well as Slappers Only, Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die. Bunch of good shows, so check that out. And then plug, as always, we've talked about it throughout the show. Argyle did great work on it, but join our Discord. We have good stuff going on here. You can join the Discord by going to the link in our Twitter bio at not Pot of Greedcast, the other one I'm doing, at Prime Cuts Pod on Twitter. That's where our permanent link to the Discord is. You can also find it in the description of all of our episodes. So join us here. We're growing every day, and it's a fun little community we've built for ourselves.
Well,
I think that's it.
Come see the cars. Come play Jackbox.
See the little cars.
The time.
Yeah.
Well, Argyle, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. you were a great first guest. We are so excited to be having guests now.
I'm excited to be the first guest. It is wonderful to be here. I'm not as knowledgeable on Transformers as the two of you, but I did like this show, watching it when I was in high school. So I wanted to come back.
Few people
I
are.
wanted to come back
worry.
for the one of these shows that I have seen. So
Right.
It's the neurodivergence, as always.
Real sort of clan-to-clan communication here, where we can just like immediately bring up any given like piece of this franchise and say, "I remember this thing."
yeah, look, I have my own podcast where I do that. You know, it's
Yeah. Hyperfixations are a hell of a drug.
Well, until next time, listeners, I'm gonna grab the lob ball and lob it with the boys. Maybe shirtless, maybe in the hot sun, while some rock music is playing. I'm gonna transform and dudes rock.
I go to catch the lob ball that Nero's thrown, and it whacks me straight in the face and breaks my nose, and I have to go to the infirmary. I'm sorry. I transform and roll out.
And I dance the robot so hard that I turn into a robot that can then transform and roll out.
Peach.
Peach.